Hello, everyone. Welcome to another one of my on my mind quickies or not so quickies. So the last time I was talking about the looking in the mirror and what we do with it, and it was basically, well, not basically, it was from James chapter 1. It was like from 21 to 24, and it was saying that if you look in the mirror and you see the truth, but as soon as you walk away, you forget. But the other parts of this that I didn't get into, and they applied to me when I was younger, is and this is again, it's not there, but it's along with Pastor Dwayne's sermon, and he's talking about the mark of true faith will be seen in what you do, and that growth happens when you hear it. You've got to understand it, and then you have to apply it. And believing in biblical truth doesn't equate with living it out. And the root cause of spiritual immaturity is hearing and not doing. Because, again, growth happens when you hear it, understand it, and apply it. So I can testify to that because many, many, many years, my husband and I, we believed, and I've said it before, but we didn't practice. We didn't live it out. We lived in the world, believed in Jesus, believed that he died on the cross and rose, and that they believed in the Trinity. But we lived in the world. And, now I look back at that and I go, how could you believe in him and believe that he was your Savior and all of that, but not live it out? How could you do that and not apply it? And I think I know what we did back then. We said, we believe in him. We know he's our Savior. We know we're saved. Okay. And the quotes, we're good people. So truth is, we like to go dancing. We liked, some of you won't, but country western dancing. Okay, so we were out late on Saturday nights doing that. And then Sunday mornings, it was cold outside the bed. The bed was nice and warm and comfortable. Okay, and he wasn't going to get up. Well, I wasn't going to get up if he wasn't going to get up. And he wasn't going to get up if I wasn't going to. And it was like we just both fell back to sleep because the bed was warm and comfortable, and we didn't want to get out and have the whoosh of the cold on our face. And that's the truth. It wasn't a priority. If it had been a priority, we probably wouldn't have gone out. Could have gone out Friday nights. Well, no, we couldn't. He worked. So. But if it had been a priority, we wouldn't have done the dancing at all on Saturday nights, because we would have said, okay, we can't do it on Friday nights because you work nights, okay? And we can't do it on Saturday nights because if we do it on Saturday nights, we're too tired to go to church on Sunday, and so that's out. But we didn't look at it like that. We looked at it like we believe and we're good people, and that's enough. That belief is enough. But James will tell you right there in it that be doers, not hearers only, and that immaturity comes from hearing and not doing. And yeah, we were very immature Christians. I'm gonna look back at it and say, oh yeah, we were. Back then we thought we were good and that was enough. That's all we needed. We didn't have to go to church. But growth didn't happen. We heard it. Did we understand it? Yeah. Obviously we knew. We understood the basics. We understood Trinity. God was our Savior, Jesus. We understood all that. But we didn't really understand it. We didn't understand a lot of what is in here. And did we apply it? Heck no. Of course we didn't apply it. So I look at this and I can see the danger in it. I really, really can. And that danger for us was our kids. We didn't raise our kids in the church. We didn't raise our kids in Jesus. We didn't. We, we had we're good people, the morals, you don't, lie, you don't cheat, you don't do this, all of that. What Jesus taught. We taught them that, but we didn't teach them where it came from, obviously, that much, and we didn't teach them why. They understood the 10 Commandments. They knew that, but there was nothing deep with them. So it was like the seed, that maybe it took hold, but when something cruddy came up, it didn't. It went away because they weren't grounded. They didn't have that personal relationship with him. They didn't. They knew him. They knew but they knew who he was. But they didn't know him. He wasn't a friend. And spiritual immaturity can lead to disaster. It can lead to disaster. Okay? Bible says, train them up in the way they're supposed to go. Train them up with the knowledge of Jesus. Train them up with that in depth. And maybe they'll go straight, but they'll come back. Mine? I think, no, I know. They are still in that immaturity stage. So, I keep praying. And I keep talking when I can, and a little here and a little there, and if they ask me questions, we answer it and we have conversations. But I know they're still in that immaturity stage, and that's because my husband and I were in that immaturity stage, and we didn't understand the importance of getting past it, or we thought we didn't need it, or we just didn't want to give up, what we had to give up to get there. If it meant getting up early on a Sunday morning after being out all night, till 2 or so, and then coming home and going to bed, and if it meant doing that, if it meant getting up out of that warm bed in the morning, we didn't want to. That's the honest truth. If it meant giving up the dancing and the friendship and with those people, we didn't want to. That's the truth. And that we didn't want to affected not just us, but it affected our children. And now I have one son, has a child. I have a precious granddaughter. We have others too, but this particular one I'm talking about, they're all precious. I don't want to give you that, but this one precious granddaughter, both her parents know the Lord. Her mother, my daughter-in-law, when we've talked, she will cry and say, I know I need to get back to the Lord. I know I need more. But knowing and doing is two different things, and they aren't doing. I can see them repeating. They're just a picture of us, okay. And my daughter-in-law was raised by her grandmother, and her grandmother she was a wonderful, wonderful, blessed lover of God. And on her last days, she was taking communion and she was singing and she was praising the Lord. So my daughter-in-law knew that. But that old thing about you don't always raise people up, they bring you down. Well, it's too easy to fall into that. So I see that repeating. It's a danger, guys. It's a danger. It's never, ever, ever too late to stop that, to turn it around, to talk more, to you never know. It's never too late. It may take longer, but it's never too late. The mark of faith will be seen in what you do. People will see it when you apply it. So it's a warning. It's a testimony. I pray that none of you are in that situation. I pray that if it is, that you are, get back with God, get out of it, and talk with your kids, talk with family. We all do that. Not just praying for salvation, but talk to them, Lord. So with that, have to go, have to run to a doctor appointment for my husband. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. And again, thank you so much, subscribers. Newbies, come on. I always say it. Hit that subscribe button, and everybody, don't forget to like and share. If you never know, somebody could use it. Okay. Have a blessed rest of your day. Bye. See you next time.